And the league office is now in session. This is the Fantasy Sports Concierge Podcast, where we'll talk about sports, fantasy sports, league management, whatever else we get distracted by. Check us out at fsconcierge.com, where we manage your fantasy league so you can just have fun. Like and subscribe, do all that cool stuff for the socials. Hello, everyone. My name's Avery. I'm joined by my fellow front office members, Nick and PJ. Today, we're going to play a fun game. Would you rather? Everybody knows Would You Rather. Play it in college. Well, I think he played outside of college sometimes too. It's always something random. And we're going to do the fantasy Would You Rather. It's going to be mostly cross-positional. So it's not just the rankings of which running backs you like, but we're going to ask, like, would you rather have Rashee Rice or Tony Pollard? I'm going to bring up Tony Pollard a ton of times to piss these guys off because they haven't had enough of talking about Tony Pollard. It's a clips episode. We're going to get a lot of clips out of this one, baby. It's going to be straight up Rick and Morty clips. Somebody look straight in the eyes of the truth turtle. The real ones will understand that reference. I'm going to give Nick and or PJ, I'll throw it back and forth, a receiver versus a running back. And you're going to tell me who you would rather draft. These are going to be people who are around the same, they're getting drafted at around the same average draft position, or at least at the kind of same talent level. So it's not going to be obvious. I'm going to start out with PJ. I'm going to give you, would you rather have Drake London or Devin A-Chain? And talk it out. Like, talk it out with the thing that's going through your head. Talk through it. Like, we can.
Drake London's definitely projected to be a really good, fantasy guy this year. I never really trusted that offense, so I don't feel so warm and fuzzy about it. I think A-Chain fits, an RB1 guy to go with, so I'm going to go with A-Chain.
What do you think about that, Nick? Because I think that A-Chain I'm a little bit down on just because I think a big part of A-Chain's positive RB1-ness was because of Mike McDaniels, and now that he's gone, like Mike McDaniels' offense was Tua, if you don't see it deep, just dump it off to him. I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the case anymore. Malik Willis, he's only had part playing time, mop-up duty for the Pats when Jordan Love got injured. But we don't know if he's a throw the ball to the running back guy.
Hopefully I think you have to, though, with A-Chain. I mean, this is he almost had 2,000 scrimmage yards last year. He's a guy who catches the ball 60-plus times a year. And then, last year he led the league in, yards per carry of 5.7.
And well, that is true too. He gets yards. He gets a lot of yards. If you just give him the ball, he's gonna take it places. But and yards are usually a better predictor year over year than touchdowns. Drake London is a touchdown guy. He gets all the red zone, everything. I think the only thing holding back Drake London possibly is his lefty quarterbacks.
Yeah, and it's definitely not Kyle Pitts that's holding him back because they do not throw the fucking ball to him in the end zone.
Yeah, because it's all Drake London.
I like Drake London. I would take London over A-Chain in this scenario. Before he got hurt last year, he was on fire. I mean, that was with Phoenix throwing him the ball. He was on pace through week 11. He was on pace for 178 targets, 1,530 yards, and 12 touchdowns. That's incredible, right?
That's wide receiver one overall numbers, not just wide receiver one numbers.
Right. So now, I'm not a fan of Tua or anything like that, but you at least got some consistency with two left-hand quarterbacks in your room that, you know what I mean? Like I don't think it's going to be as much of a drop-off if one of them were to go down, like it was for London last year. And, it's just that Miami offense is scary this year. It's hard to put as much faith in that offense as it is in Atlanta's offense. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity. Bijan could be a wide receiver's best friend, you know what I mean? So, I'm going to go Drake London.
All right. And then those are all great points. There should not be, I hope that I don't give one where we're all just totally in agreement because that means I give too obvious of a question. Let's go with Nico Collins, Texans wide receiver, or Derrick Henry. So you got the prime wide receiver one versus will Derrick Henry ever age?
He's like LeBron.
Yeah. PJ, who you got?
So I'm going to say Nico Collins this year. mainly because, he's got the reception advantage. Derrick Henry does not catch the ball that much. And Nico Collins is still the clear number one wide receiver there. He had 120 targets last year, and he's had back-to-back wide receiver one finishes in this Houston defense, or in this Houston offense, which is pretty inconsistent. So even though it's an inconsistent offense, he's still performing well. Um, and Derrick Henry does have some coaching changes going on. I don't think they're going to be anything that's going to be a massive change, but again, he is entering his 30. He's 32 years old. But based on limited receiving role and, he's dependent on just rushing touchdowns, really. I think, or I feel like he's going to be dependent on rushing touchdowns this year. So I'm going to go with Nico Collins.
Nick, who you got?
I gotta go with Nico Collins too. He had, I guess, a quote unquote down year last year. He still was able to, be pretty productive. He from 2023 to 2025, so the last 3 seasons, he's second in yards per route run, 10th in targets per route run, and 6th in first downs per route. He has the ability to be a top tier wide receiver. If that offense can get clicking, he has the ability to be a top wide receiver. I think those days have come for Derrick Henry, even though he just continues to surprise everybody every year.
Proving us wrong.
Yeah, but I'm going to bet on Nico Collins.
And I'm going to say, how dare you both ever doubt what Derrick Henry did? This guy almost ran for 2,000 yards just a year ago, and he is a tank, and he will never die. He is like LeBron, and he's going to be 40 years old, still running for 1,400 yards, and everybody's going to be like, well, this is the season he's going to go down. The Ravens said that they're going to go under center more often, which is usually to the benefit of a running back. Not only are they going to have he's going to get that built up head of steam, which is his kind of thing. Like, he needs those couple of yards to get going. And when he does, he's unstoppable. I also think that a new coach, a rookie head coach, is going to want to lean on his best guys. And if you're in a tough situation as a play caller, as a head coach, trying to determine the game, like the flow of the game, Derrick Henry is the person that you most trust on that offense by a wide margin, even more than Lamar Jackson, because we've seen in some games, especially big games, Lamar Jackson doesn't always come up the biggest, whereas you are going to give Derrick Henry the ball and you're going to be confident. If I give him 15 to 20 touches a game, which he's going to still get, I'm going to get 16, 17 fantasy points out of Derrick Henry at a minimum. We haven't seen an NFL yet that knows how to shut down Derrick Henry, and I don't think they're going to learn this year. Although I like Nico Collins. It's not to put down Nico Collins at all. He is a great receiver. He might be top 5 this year. I think every year there's a quarterback that people kind of forget about. That like at some point in his past he was really hyped and he did some good stuff, and then he had a period where he wasn't doing it as good, or he didn't build on that well enough. I think that might be C.J. Stroud this year. That quarterback that he kind of had a flat year rather than improving like you would expect somebody who had the rookie year that he had to do. And progress is not always linear. Sometimes you get better in one step at a time, and sometimes you take 5 steps forward and then 2 steps back, or you take 10 steps forward and then you walk straight down the hall for a while. So I think that Nico Collins will be good, but Derrick Henry, I'm going to take Derrick Henry. And I think the small amount of running backs that you can say, I'm sure that this guy, if healthy, Derrick Henry has been healthy. He's been he's been a workhorse his whole career. He had 1 year where he was injured a long time ago. He's getting 15 to 20 touches a game, and that's a huge thing you can depend on. We'll go Rashee Rice or Breece Hall. Breece Hall's on the Jets. And the Jets are a joke of a franchise still until proven otherwise. Well, they have gotten some upgrades. They got Chino in there. I think that the Jets are probably going to do a little bit more spreading the ball out around their running backs, giving touches up. I think Breece Hall, maybe his ceiling is 15 touches a game, and he's not going to get too much higher, too many 20 touches plus a game. Whereas Rashee Rice, it feels like the Chiefs are going to give him 10 targets every game, no matter what. Like, the thing with Rashee Rice that will be tough for me is if he gets in the off the field stuff, that might not be good. But assuming that he has that shit together for at least the 6 months of the football season, I think he's a guy who's guaranteed 150 targets at least. PJ, what do you say?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's Rashee Rice. Now, I've in past have said that I don't really like Breece Hall. I think it's too much of a question mark with him, especially in a down year last year when he just did not get thrown the ball as much either. But Rashee Rice is a wide receiver one when he plays a full, when he's not in trouble. Yeah, like you said, he is a 10 target per game guy. He owns a 29% target share when he's playing. And when he is playing, he's averaging in PPR leagues about 19 points a game. He is without a doubt a wide receiver one on your team. You could probably this conversation's going to play in around your second or third round. So it's a very important pick for you. So I'm taking Rashee Rice all day there. I find Breece Hall to be a running back too. So all day I'm taking a wide receiver.
He could be a workhorse though, man. If that
I
offense
agree.
can improve it, I mean, adding Geno is better for that offense. If they can improve, he still ran for 1,000 yards, and that's not as saying
this is
much.
Career high, and he just got over it.
Yeah, he did, but it was on like a terrible offense. If they could have any type of improvement and stop stacking the box on him and stuff like that, he's a good guy. He can have 300 touches.
Listen, I love the idea because Frank Reich's going to be in there now. I think that they're definitely going to improve. And if Frank Reich's walking in the door there saying to himself, who do I give the ball to? Breece Hall's definitely going to be his number one option. But again, we're talking about a wide receiver one here. And, this is a guy who you will start every week and he will be productive for you. I think the question mark, if I have to weigh them out, whether he stays on the field from, problems with, if he's getting in trouble compared to the inconsistencies that we've seen of Breece Hall, I'm going to go ahead and because I think the ceiling is higher for Rashee Rice.
You think the ceiling's higher for Rashee Rice?
I think it's the opposite.
I do. I think the ceiling's higher for him.
I think one of the biggest upgrades probably across the entire NFL is going from Justin Fields to Geno. Even as bad as Geno was last year, like Justin Fields was so bad at throwing the ball. Like he was a quarterback that you didn't want to throw. So to have that like little of a threat at your quarterback to go to somebody who he's at least respected as a passer in Geno Smith means that Breece Hall's not going to see as many stack boxes. He's not going to he's going to have the room to operate. And I think he has a bigger ceiling because if he's the guy and it's like, this is our best guy and our offense is average, he could have 2,000 all-purpose.
But if you compare even the ceilings on there. So let's say, I would say a ceiling for Breece Hall is 1,500 scrimmage yards.
I would say 1,700 to 2,000.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling that. I think his ceiling's 10 touchdowns.
He had 60 plus receptions a couple of years ago.
I'm not sitting here saying I'm a Jets fan or anything like that, but like with Geno, you know what I mean? You open it up a lot more. People seem to have forgotten about Garrett Wilson, and that's probably a crime. And then they added that tight end this year. Plus, they had Mason Taylor from last year, so they're going to be able to run some good 2 tight end sets and stuff like that, which it can be all right. It can be fantasy all right. It can be fantasy okay. You know what I mean?
So do you guys think
trust, and even also at that, remember what we said, if you're not unsure, go with the better offense.
Yeah. You're right.
That's
you're right.
But do you guys think? What do you think is the likelihood? Let's say over under 60% chance that Breece Hall is a top 10 running back next year.
50-50 to me.
So you got under. Nick over under.
I like Breece Hall this year. I'm going to take a swing on the Jets.
Over for him. All right, so we'll move on to the next one. This is a really fun one because it's the same team club. Giants wide receiver Malik Neighbors or Giants running back Cam Scatterbo. PJ.
Oh, well. Let's see if
who's coming off injuries.
Yeah, let's see because he's coming off that backflip too. I think he hurt himself more than
he did. That was
he's leading to everyone to believe. I don't think he wants to get in trouble because I think he's a bit of a wild card. But I'm going to take. So I like Cam Scatterbo. I hate to say it. I think that I saw him play one game in Arizona in that bowl game. Nick, I think
Yep,
you
I remember
watched
that
it too.
game.
Where he scored a touchdown, like everything. He threw one as well.
Yeah, I was just saying.
But Malik Neighbors has shown that he is, when he's healthy, a slam dunk pick, I think, in my opinion. I'm going to go with Malik Neighbors. Now, if you're seeing my trend here, I prefer, the going with the wide receivers here. But I think Cam Scatterby is like really close to it as well. But I think Malik kind of edges him out in what I would choose to do.
Nick, who you got on the Giants? Number one running back or the number one wide receiver?
This one's hard because of health. And although Cannon botched that backflip, he seems to be the healthy one right now. We don't know about Neighbors. Last I saw Neighbors was that softball game after that second knee surgery, and he looked not good at all. So, if this is one that you got to wait a little bit closer to the season to really know, like based off of it. But Stats healthy right now. I would take a swing on him over Neighbors only because of that. There's a lot. Yeah, I would take a swing on Scatterby over Neighbors right now.
I'm going Scatterby. Go ahead, BJ.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say, Scatterby's real workload came from a time where Neighbors wasn't on the field. And I think a lot of his value came from, he had 51 receptions last year over the 17 games. So he caught 24 of them in that 8-game span that he had, that he was really good. So I think that's a huge question mark for you. How much is Neighbors going to take away from that?
I think Neighbors only helps a guy like him that has this. He only helps that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's going to take a couple away, but in reality, he's going to open a lot more up. You know what I mean?
It's fair.
Open up running lanes.
Yeah.
He's going to open up more dump offs and stuff like that.
So Neighbors right now, Neighbors is going on average, and this is per fantasypros.com. He's going on average as the 8th wide receiver, 23rd overall. So that's about second round. And then let's see, Cam Scatterby, where's he going?
He had 170 targets in his first year. Crazy.
Yeah, that was insane. Cam Scatterby's going as the 22nd running back, 43rd overall.
That's like a little. That's
like third, fourth round.
That's kind of crazy, though, in my opinion.
What's crazy?
I think he's like a top.
Crazy?
He should be a top 15.
Cam Scatterby?
Yeah. Because when he's healthy, yeah. I mean, that what we saw from him, yeah, he's almost like a Christian McCaffrey type, because he was
crazy.
a walk.
That's crazy that you said that.
Well, he was a walk-in touchdown those weeks that he had where he was.
I also think
what did he have? 3 or 4 in that one game?
Yeah, he was the same. There's stuff. First off, he had
one of those games was against. One of
Yeah.
those games was against Dallas, though, and Dallas's defense is a sorry nothingness. And also, I think that Cam Scatterby has Tyrone Tracy still there, so I think that's going to be he has a new offensive system that are in there, so he's not going to be treated the same way he was treated last year. Last year, the team that was calling plays for them was a team that knew they were gone, essentially. By the time they started giving him the ball, they were like, whatever, we can just work him because we're not going to be here next year. That's not John Harbaugh. He's a long-term visionary coach. So I'm not sure that he's going to be given that kind of workload, given that Tyrone Tracy is not too many tiers below Cam Scatterby talent-wise. Like Tyrone Tracy's
he looked good last year. I don't know. He looked good last year.
But when Tyrone Tracy got the
job and Scatterby just took it from him.
Yeah, as a low round, not a low round, but a mid-round pick.
When Tracy got hurt, he didn't just take it from him. He got hurt too.
But he never got it back until.
Yeah,
but he was hurt.
He didn't look like a great running back last year at all.
It was amazing to hear you say that.
He was just handed the job the year before.
That streak that he was on, he looked like Christian McCaffrey.
He was utilized like crazy.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't think he's going to
be count him in the third? Dude,
I don't think he's going to be utilized like that. So we got two We got one Cam, right? Nick, you Cam.
Yeah, I think
And
I'm not
Newzone-
just big on Neighbors' health. There's so many good wide receivers that I would take a swing at. And I'm not saying that he's a great wide receiver. I don't know that I'm high on him this year because of injury.
We're definitely putting on the board that you both said
Quintanamo is going to shut him down twice this year.
I just want to put on the board that you both said that Cam Seattle could be the next CMC because that's insane. I just want to make sure that that's on the board that we can.
I'm
but
not
you
saying
also
he could be the next
having said
CMC, but he looked like it.
You
Yeah,
also
here's
said
the thing.
you would take Cam over Malik this year.
That's the thing is
I wouldn't take Malik Neighbors over Christian McCaffrey, but I'm saying that, like, you know, in terms of like how he looked when he had the ball last year, they just gave it to him. Now, the reason part of that is because Malik Neighbors was not on the field.
Yeah. And I agree with Nick on Cam because I don't think Malik Neighbors is going to be playing very well this year. He's not going to start the season healthy. You could just tell from the cryptic messages that that's already on the board. And then when he does come back, it usually takes about a year for a wide receiver to come back off of an ACL injury. So he's going to be, 3 or 4 games in. And if he's on the PUP before the season starts, he can't come back until week 7, I think, 6 or 7. So I just don't think that he's going to be playing at full strength for the whole season. So I'm going Cam on that one. We'll go for a running back tight end mix next. We're going to go Chase Brown or Brock Bowers. And this is probably the only tight end that you can put up in these high graces with a running back. Chase Brown finished as a top 10 running back. Of course, you think there's 20 tight ends who are just that good. Chase Brown has been a top 10 running back for each of the past 2 seasons. PJ, who would you rather have?
In this situation, I'm going to go with Chase Brown because I am high on Chase Brown, just like you are, Avery. But he is like, when you talk about a dual threat guy at running back, I'm going to say, he does it all for you. It's not by a lot, I'm going to say that, but I would say that like Chase Brown definitely is going to give you more than what Brock Bowers is going to give you. Chase Brown, 5.2 targets a game. He's got, he's pretty much automatically going to get you 10, he's going to probably automatically get you 10 points in the receiving game alone. And he's like a true 3-down back. He's going to get the ball a lot. And then Joe Burrow's healthy all year. I'm going to, of course, choose that offense over the Raiders. And, yeah.
Nick, who you got? Chase Brown or Brock Bowers?
This goes back to our conversation we had last week about tight ends, and I'm going to take Bowers because I think he's in that elite tight end conversation alongside McBride. And, the simple math says that, last year he averaged 17 points per game, and the replacement tight end would be 10 points per game. Chase Brown, 18 points per game, and the average replacement, they say, is at 13 points per game. I think that, with Bowers, you get just a far better positional player than you could get. You get a lot of other running backs, is my point.
Yeah, for the scarcity.
I would get. That's why I'm gonna go Bowers.
That makes sense, and that's fair. And I got to. I'll disclose my bias towards Chase Brown. I drafted Chase Brown as a rookie in our League of Elegance for $0. I don't even know if I might have picked him up. I think I drafted him, but I got him for essentially $0, and he became a top 10 back, and I got him for $5 the next year, and that for $10 this year. So I think that offense is going to carry them. They're a little better. I don't think their defense is going to be that much better, which really helps because they're going to have to be doing shootouts, and he's going to collect a bunch of just easy cheat touchdowns being in that offense, just being the third option in the passing game, essentially, to one of the best passing quarterbacks who uses a lot of drop-offs. All right, I want to do this now. This is the different part suggested by Nick. Give him the credit for this. And Nick, do you want to go first in this? I'm going to give you.
Sure.
It's a tight end. I'm going to give you a tight end, and I'm going to name receivers, and we're going to find out where Trey McBride fits in for you. Like you just talked about the scarcity. That's why I thought of you for this one. It's perfect. So I'm going to give you Trey McBride, and I'm going to name receivers, and we're going to figure out where he slots in. Okay?
All right.
So we're going to start out really easy. Would you rather have Trey McBride or Brian Thomas Jr.?
Trey McBride.
Yeah, Trey McBride.
Okay. Because we don't believe in, is it because you don't believe in Brian Thomas Jr. or just because Trey McBride's going to get so many more targets? Like, if Brian Thomas Jr. plays like when he was a rookie, he's up there. You don't think he'll go back to that? You don't think he'll have a bounce?
I think that they just seem to throw the ball more, and they just throw the ball to Trey McBride all the time. Okay. I mean, that's about it. Yeah, I think that you're going to see more volume, though, from Brian Thomas Jr. this year.
The comment I said that I heard DJ Moore say sticks with me about how Cohen likes to use their number one more as a decoy to take on double teams and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And that's what he did all last year.
Yeah, I don't see that really changing a full lot.
Okay. We'll go Trey McBride or DJ Moore. Nick? It's still on you. Trey McBride? All right. Trey McBride or Emeka Egbuka?
McBride.
I'm debating if I want to do this one to ruin it because I know your bias is going to kick in. No, I won't do that one now. Trey McBride or Lab McConkey?
McBride.
One.
Trey McBride or Luther Burden?
McBride.
Trey McBride or Rashee Rice?
McBride.
Trey McBride or AJ Brown?
McBride.
Trey McBride or Nico Collins?
McBride.
I'll take McBride.
Trey McBride or Drake London?
God damn you. McBride.
Nick?
Yeah. Damn, dude. McBride? No, give me Drake London, dude.
Okay, so for Nick, that's where he slots in. Drake London right now is being drafted as a 7th wide receiver overall, 19 on average.
At what point
No, I was stopping there. Because above that, Justin Jefferson and up were.
I was going to say Justin Jefferson next.
Yeah. Look, but at what point do we say, yo, the Cardinals don't even have their quarterback situation figured out right now?
They don't.
But I think whoever it is, they're going to throw the ball to Trey McBride more.
Yeah.
Than they're going to throw the ball to Marvin Harrison.
True.
Well, and he's going to be their touchdown. He's going to be their red zone guy, just like Drake London's going to be their red zone guy. He's got, rookie running back.
The target distribution of the Cardinals is going to be how many of them will get over 100 targets? We know Trey McBride is. Is Michael Wilson going to get over 100 targets?
This is where the whole like usage thing like kind of backfires because you're looking at like a team that has a better offense than another team, and I feel like Drake London's going to be better because he has better around him. They're going to make Scott Jeremiah Love. How are they going to utilize him at the game?
Yeah, he probably will take. Jeremiah Love is a receiving running back. He can catch the ball, so he's going to get some of those same target areas that Trey McBride would have gotten. Some of those.
Nick, do you think they're close though?
Who?
Like, would you if Trey McBride was a wide receiver, where would you will you rank them in the top 10?
Well, it sounds like you both would because
I
Drake
would,
London's 7.
I would.
It sounds like you're slotting him in at about just below. So the top wide
I would
receivers,
put him at 7 and then Drake London after him. But he's not better than Justin Jefferson or Jackson Smith and Jigba. Those guys.
I got to tell you, I would have taken Nico Collins over him. That's where I would have stopped.
Yeah, Nico is a tough one, yeah.
And Rashee Rice to me is close.
How about George Pickens?
Hell no.
Trey McBride over Pickens?
I'll take Trey McBride over Pickens every day.
Yeah.
Twice on Sundays. All right, now I want to we'll do a running back versus wide receiver one. So I'm going to pick with this one. Somebody I know you guys all like. Okay, I'm going to go Blake Corum. This is going to be mid-round stuff.
Yo, he's taking over.
There we go.
We're going to go Blake Corum.
Yo, the Blake Corum hype is for real. I started it.
It definitely is on this pod.
Nah, other people see it. Other people are
Okay,
seeing
so
it.
in this hypothetical, we're assuming that Travis Hunter, you get both his offensive and defensive stats. That's what we're gonna say. So Blake Corum or Travis Hunter?
I'm going to
That's
say Blake
hard.
Corum because I think they're not going to use Travis
offense.
Hunter. Yeah, I think they're going to just pick one side for him. I think by next year, he's going to just be a one position guy. Not this upcoming year, but the year after.
Okay, Nick.
Blake Corum.
Blake
Oh,
Corum
yeah.
or Josh Downs?
Blake Corum, dude.
I'm going to say Josh Downs over Blake Corum.
Yeah, I'm taking Josh Downs too. He's a starter. Like I think he's gonna be
Blake Corum
he might be
is
the number one target guy. I mean, I know Blake Corum or Jaden Reed.
So they finally cut down that room too.
But Christian Watson's seems like he's gonna be the alpha, and they just got Matthew Golden. But they did just give Jaden Reed a contract.
I mean, it's tough to overtake Kyron Williams, man. It's going to be tough to do that. I think Nick makes it seem like he's going to walk in there and take it.
Nick swears it's happening in camp.
But we're talking about Kyron Williams here. Like this guy is a stud.
He also fumbles too much.
He does, and I can see where Nick's coming from with that. And it's also something that happens in running backs, around Kyron Williams' age too, where sometimes they lose the job. But
every 6 carries, Blake Corum will get you a 10-yard run.
Every 6 carries.
I'm going to say Jaden Reed. I'm going to say Jaden Reed over Blake Corum.
Blake Corum, baby.
I'm going to say Blake Corum also, just because I think that Packers receiver room is going to be a shit show, and I don't want to be a part of it. I think that
it's always fair enough. You can't predict it.
Blake Corum or Romeo Doubs?
Blake Corum.
Yeah, Blake Corum.
Okay, we'll get Blake Corum or Wan'Dale Robinson.
I like Wan'Dale Robinson. I'm going to pick Wan'Dale Robinson.
There's a lot of hype on Wan'Dale Robinson this year.
Because he's got his offensive coordinator. Wan'Dale Robinson's got his offensive coordinator.
I got to just rock out with it at this point, dude. I fucking think he's going to take over the RB1 spot in that team.
How quickly do you think it's going to happen, though? I mean, if it happens in week 10, he might not outpace Wan'Dale Robinson because he has a 10-week head start.
Are you trying? This is who's going to win you a championship, and that's Blake fucking Corum.
Well, if you're a running back that you draft hoping to be your flex doesn't start until week 10, you might not get to the championship.
You better draft better. All right. Well, that's your fault for not.
Blake Corum or Alec Pierce?
Alec Pierce.
Oh, I got him. I was waiting where I get him. Okay, I got him there. Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce is being drafted as the 41st overall wide receiver on average 96. So
led the league in
round 9
yards per catch last year.
Blake Corum or Michael Wilson?
Michael Wilson. He was a stud last year.
Yeah, he could be. Man, I just don't trust that offense to feed everybody. Like, you know what I mean?
How much? Yeah.
Like, I just don't trust the offense enough to be, because like you're adding a big running back to the mix. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But here's the thing is about Jeremiah Love is that he may not even start the year. Like I could see them starting the year like giving James Conner some more work in the first couple of games, or Algier. You know what I mean? And then slowly working Love into it more, not just like handing Love the fucking reins out the gate. They have a bunch of running backs. You think they're going to hand Love the range?
I think Jeremiah Love right away is going to get like 20 carries a game.
For what?
Really?
For what?
Well, they drafted him that high, dude. Like when you draft a running back top 5, like that's what you do.
I mean,
get it out of him now before it goes away.
You have other rosters. You have other guys on the roster that are totally capable of running the ball. That like, it's like, do you really just pound this dude into the dirt right out the gate? With nothing good.
They're not going to pound him into the dirt. They're going to throw the ball more than they're going to run the ball.
A lot. He's just saying he'll be on the field the whole game.
What, Jacoby Brissett's just going to be airing it out?
That's all he did last year.
Well, they didn't have.
He's throwing the ball like 60 times a game.
They didn't have Algier either.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true.
So last thing on Blake Corum, because I think we figured out where to slot him. You guys got him around round 9, round 8 the earliest. the over before or after would you say week 7 Blake Corum takes over? PJ, you go first because I think we know Nick's answer.
No.
You think after week 7?
Yeah, I don't. He may not even take over the job this year. I don't know what we're.
When I say take over, I just mean averages more touches per game than Kyron. So if it's 10-11 and he's the 11,
that's where I'm at too. I don't think Blake Corum is going to just be like it's
so number one. Yeah, I don't think you're saying that either. I don't think you're saying that either.
I don't know if he's going to outweigh him though in opportunity by the end of the year. If
Nick,
anything,
you think before week 7?
Yeah.
What week do you think it happens?
I think Kyron Williams is a good running back. I said this before.
Yeah, so give me a number. So I don't need to hear that. I need to hear a number.
What week does he start to get more carries?
What's the first week that he has more opportunities than Kyron Williams?
4.
That's early. All right, we got that on the board. Producer Reek, it's on the board. All right, next up, we're going to do Travis Etienne. So Travis Etienne, he's in a good operation. He's got a good OC. He's got a fast offense. He's got a promising young quarterback in his second year, which is when quarterbacks start to make that leap. Are you taking Travis Etienne or Tyreek Hill? Knowing Tyreek Hill doesn't even have a team yet, we'll know what's going to happen with him.
Yeah, I'm not touching Tyreek Hill just yet.
Okay. Yeah, I assume that. Nick?
I'm good on Tyreek Hill.
You're going Tyreek Hill?
No, I'm good on no, I don't want to touch Tyreek Hill right now.
I need you to say who you would pick. This is a clip show, and if the clip doesn't have the guy's name in it, it's going to be tough.
Travis Etienne. It's Etienne.
Yeah, I know. It's Travis Etienne. Or is that how you pronounce it, right? Didn't he say that's how you pronounce
Travis it? Travis Etienne is how you pronounce it, but they started calling him Etienne, and he just rocked out with it.
That's so crazy that we have 2 Etiennes in the NFL. They're spelled completely different.
Where is that confirmed? Because you gave me a whole lot of shit about the Doncic thing.
About who?
You just say it again.
The Luka Doncic. I said Luka Doncic.
Yeah,
you guys all got on my ass with.
Yes, we did. I heard it on a podcast that he is now
he said
Etienne.
it. He said it. No. Yeah, he said that's how they pronounce it. But he said that. I think it was in his but then he said in his Clemson days, they were like calling him ATN or something, and he just went with it.
All right. I'm going to give you a couple more for Etienne. Etienne or Chris Godwin Jr.?
I like Chris Godwin this year a lot, dude.
Yeah, I'm going to Etienne.
The thing was, Etienne, he wasn't. What was his best year?
Last year?
Probably last year, yeah. He had 6 receiving
touchdowns. And we're doing it again.
A-Chain.
I'm sorry. We have to do it right. A-Chain.
Yeah, but you keep saying...
let's pronounce his name right.
You keep saying it, yeah, but if you say A-Chain...
I know. It's my fault. I know. I'm sorry.
But if you say A-Chain, it's going to confuse everybody else.
I usually have to say his first name every time. So last year, Travis A-Chain Etienne had 1,100 yards rushing, 4.3 yards per carry average, 7 touchdowns, and he had 52 receptions for 292 yards. So that's a really, really good season. That's 1,400 yard season.
52 catches for 292 means he was getting dump-offs and he wasn't doing shit with
6 touchdowns.
And he fumbled the ball once. That was it last year, too.
So he had 13 touchdowns and 1,400 yards. You can't get much better than that. He had 312 touches.
But yeah, I mean, it's solid. That's good, yeah.
That's an RB1. Those are RB1 numbers. So, Nick, who are you picking?
Why not?
I would say that's RB1 numbers for sure.
What did he
13 touchdowns, 1,400 yards.
Oh, we had 13 touchdowns? 13 touchdowns.
Yeah, 13 touchdowns.
Yeah, 6 were through the air, yeah.
So who are you picking? Nick, this is a great clip show, and Nick, of all people, is the clips guy, and you ruined the clips.
He says Chris Godwin.
All right, Chris Godwin. All right, Etienne or Cortland Sutton? Etienne, A-Chain. A-Chain, Etienne. I'm sorry,
Etienne.
Bro. A-Chain.
Etienne, whatever.
You're taking Travis Etienne over Cortland Sutton. Travis Etienne, or Emeka Egbuka.
Yeah, it gets a little close there. I'm gonna say Egbuka. I think he's the clear number one this year for the Buccaneers.
Nick?
I'm going to go with A-Chain because I am sticking with Godwin is going to outproduce Egbuka this year.
It's weird for you to pick both of them over him.
I got it.
Him over both of them, I mean. All right, Lad McConkey or Travis Etienne? We're into the fourth round now.
It'd be fucked up if I said that Egbuka go in there and I didn't include Lad McConkey. So I'm going to say Lad over Etienne.
Lad.
Nick?
I don't like A-Chain.
All right, so that's where it's at. All right, last one. Reek, I know we got to go. We're going to do one more. Last one, I promise. All right, we're going to do a running back versus we're going to do a running back versus a bunch of wide receivers. Or we'll do the opposite. We'll do a wide receiver against a bunch of running backs. We're going to go Jalen Waddle, Denver, wide receiver. And then so Jalen Waddle or Tony Pollard?
Jalen Waddle.
Waddle.
All right, just testing you guys. Jalen Waddle or David Montgomery?
I'm high on Jalen Waddle this year. I'm going to stick with Waddle.
Nick?
I just saw David Montgomery took up poetry, and I heard one of his poems, and it was pretty fucking incredible. And
it was actually good?
Yeah, it was amazing. It was incredible.
He
said he had a friend that died recently who was really big into poetry, and he took it up and started becoming a thing. And he read it off at a podcast, and the dude read it up. Just that shit. It was real deep, some deep ass shit. It's called Fear. But yeah, I just fucked up the hit in your little game.
So does that mean you pick him?
David Montgomery, baby. That's right. Yeah.
He's got a poet.
Okay, David Montgomery is on average taken 50th overall. So about round 5, 26 running back. All right, I'm going to keep going for a couple more. We're going to go.
What's Waddle?
Jalen Waddle's in the 4th round, I believe. Yeah, he's 44 overall on average, so that's around the 4th round.
Yeah.
Jalen Waddle or DeAndre Swift?
Jalen Waddle. I'm staying away from the Bears running back group.
Yeah, me too. Waddle.
Jalen Waddle or Cam Scatterbo?
Cam Scatterbo.
I'll say Cam, yeah.
You guys are crazy. I'm going Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle or...
And we're in that place where it's running backs.
Yeah, that's it.
Are more valuable at that little tier than this type of wide receiver.
Yeah.
A lot of these are also going to depend on how does your draft fall. So when it comes up to the 3rd round and all that kind of stuff, where
if I have 2 running backs, I'll probably grab Waddle.
Right, which hopefully
most of the guys I just
have
got
2 running backs. But that'll do it for the clip episode. Thank you guys. That was really great, even though Nick ruined some of the clips. Nick did not have the truth turtle look in his eyes. PJ, you saw the truth turtle. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Don't forget, if you want help running your league, visit fsconcierge.com. We can help manage your league so that you can just have fun running your team. Check out our website, like and subscribe this video, this clip, wherever you're seeing this. Check us out on Apple, Spotify. A lot of our views are coming on YouTube, so I'm trying to distribute that evenly. But just check us out. Minutes from today's meeting will not be distributed, and the league office is adjourned until next time. Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by. Visit fsconcierge.com.